Guys, Krootman here, and this is a new high in terms of my crypto mining YouTubing journey. GOLDSHELL sent me over the Mini Doge 3 Plus with my logo on it. Check this out, guys. Krootman Tech and Mining, and it's not like a stinky sticker. It is literally engraved on this miner. It is so cool, and they did a great job. It doesn't look stinky. This is just the miner itself. Look for the most biased review on the planet coming up, because how am I not supposed to tell you that a miner with literally my name and my face on it is a bad miner? No, but seriously, this is just cool. This is really humbling. I want to do a shout out to GOLDSHELL on this. Thank you so much. The review will try to focus on the product, but right now I'm just focused on the looks. This thing is amazing. All right, and it's powered up. The Krootman Mini Doge miner. The cool thing is when you walk in, that's the first miner you're always going to see, even if it's off. I'm going to leave it there. You want to put it on the same direction as your intake, going the same way when the fans are on. You can see I've got my KA Box 2 Pro here, my KA Box Pro here, and then my Ice River KS0 Ultra. And I hope on putting more ASICs on the shelf. So maybe some more GOLDSHELL miners, huh? But in all seriousness, here is the Mini Doge 3 deployed. Let's go check out some profitability numbers. Here we can see how much power it will be using. This thing was about 1400 before, so I would suspect this thing ramps up quite a bit once it, there we go. You can see it's on now. Yeah, it's about 400, 500 right there. It should go up to about 600 watts when everything's said and done. But you can see it ramping up right there. I am most likely going to run this thing in low power mode. Let's go ahead and get it set up in a low power mode and get it mining. All right, you can see that we are in low power mode now. We were at about 14 to 1450-ish. We had, we're mining Zealous on the 170HXs, so the power is jumping. But you can see that we're using about 300 watts on the Mini Doge 3 miner. All right, so here is the regular Mini Doge 3, not the KROOT edition, because there's only one KROOT edition. It costs $759. And you can see right here, we've got the regular mode, the default mode, which is at 810 megahash at 500 watts. And the interesting thing is that it's actually a little bit more efficient than low power mode. Low power mode gives you 620 megahash at 300 watts. And like I said, it's 0.49 joules per gigahash versus 0.62. So it's definitely a little more efficient. So now that I've shown you the specs, because I'm trying to do somewhat of an unbiased review, which is not going to be possible, but I'm trying, let's show you what my miner's actually doing. It's been up for almost 48 hours now, so I feel like that's enough time to make sure that I don't have any irregularities in the miner. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what the miner looks like right now in the GUI. All right, so you can see in the web GUI, we're getting about 620 megahash, basically 619. On average over the last 2 days. The hardware error is 2.26%. I checked online. Anything under 5% is considered within an acceptable range. You can see the power plan is low power mode. One thing that surprised me is how cool this thing is. Now, I'm filming this video in the morning, and it's a little bit cooler in my shed than normal, but it is definitely hot where I'm at. So the amount of heat this thing cranks out, I thought it would be a lot hotter, the temperature anyway. But one of the things that it got me thinking was, these box miners, especially this one, will be a great heater in the winter, and I plan on using this to probably heat one of my rooms, which is actually really exciting. I'd rather get paid in crypto to heat. So anyway, you can see that we have the rejection rate is under 1%, so it's fine, and it's online for 1 day and 19 hours. Another thing to note, I checked the firmware version with the GOLDSHELL GitHub, and it is updated. So nothing looks bad, everything looks good. So now let's show you what you've all been waiting for, and something that I actually can't fudge or be biased about, and that is the profitability numbers. Okay, so one thing I want to make abundantly clear before we get to the profitability. One, like I said before, and I've already stated that I'm being super biased about this review because I love this miner, because it has my face on it, and it's one of a kind. Two, I don't really know anything about script mining. I've never done it before, and it took me a few minutes to get this thing set up. I had to sign up. I signed up for F2 pool, and I had to figure out, I DM'd a few people, and I'm like, hey, I need to use both addresses, Doge and LTC, right? And they're like, yeah. And so I had to do some research on basically merge mining, I think it's called. I didn't understand it, so I plugged it into the calculator, as you can see right here, and it showed at 13 cents kilowatt hour. Let me show you that right there. It shows I was losing 79 cents a day. So I was like, oh, that's not good. And I know I've seen a few other reviews on the mini Doge 3 and that a lot of other people were losing money, but I'm like, well, let's see what my own results were. So I wanted to get at least 1 day's profit to see if the calculators were off or close, or because I frankly wasn't sure. So here's what I ended up getting. I got 1 full day, and you can see I mined 0.002 LTC, and that is a total value of 14 cents basically. And then you can see down here I mined 7 Doge, which is worth 81 cents. I was honestly kind of shocked. I didn't really know how merge mining worked. I thought you'd mine more LTC. So anyway, if you look at the total, so we've got 14 cents and then we've got 81 cents. So that's 95 cents right there. And you can see, according to this calculator, it cost me 94 cents to mine. And like I said, I don't know how to properly take into account merge mining. So I am making 1 cent profit. Now, obviously with write-offs, I can actually write off the power and I make a little bit more than that. And the price of Doge and LTC is pretty low. And I do believe that Doge will go higher. That's not financial advice. And I believe LTC will go higher as well. So I think I'm actually going to leave this on, at least for the time being. And another thing to consider too is I need to get my shed a little bit hotter than it is right now, as I don't have that much on, and when it's humid in there, it's getting a little too hot for me. So it actually makes sense for me to leave this on, and I'm going to leave it on in low power mode because it's only using 300 watts, and I think I can eat that out of pocket. And this thing will only cost me 28 bucks a month to mine on, or to mine with. And if Doge goes up any little bit, I'll have made a profit. And it's basically, I look at it as the cost of mothballing my shed properly. So the profitability numbers are better than I thought. Now, is it enough to justify the cost? This is the part where I'm going to be real, guys. I don't know. I mean, I don't, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I would buy this miner. If I was given the opportunity. Now, if you have a lower power rate, then, maybe it'll be worth it. But I don't really know much about the Doge network cache. Let's take a look at it real quick. Because I know it's like script mining. So, like, if we look at the network hash rate from, I don't know, let's just start at the beginning of this year, basically. It's at 8.62 terahash, and we're at 1.2 petahash. So, I mean, it's not going up that much. Now, I don't know if you were even using the Doge hash rate when you're script mining. So let's take a look at the LTC hash rate, and there's no way to calculate it. So I don't honestly know, guys. To me, right, if you're gonna spend this money to buy this miner, you need to have probably 8 or 9 cents power or less. Or you want it to be a heater, because like if you look at it that way, you're paying $700 for a heater that will make you crypto during the winter. That's up to you. To me, it's probably kind of a hard buy, and I feel like I would wait till it went down in price. And again, I'm very conflicted, right? Because I'm very, very appreciative to GOLDSHELL for sending me this awesome custom miner, one of a kind, right? But at the same point, I don't want to tell you guys to buy something that's not going to make you any money. I mean, look, you can write it off, right? So if you can write this thing off, you're probably looking at about 600 bucks at actual, like, after tax write-offs if you're in America. So then it's a $600 heater that's probably never going to make its money back, especially if you're only using it in the winter. So I probably wouldn't recommend buying it. I mean, I think if you could get this thing for like 400 bucks, then you're talking about the price of like, a 4060 Ti, and it's going to make you more than a 4060 Ti. And, it'll have applications like it's a pretty good heater, and it's a lot easier to store, and it has Wi-Fi, etc. So I think at that cost, if it goes down to that, I would probably recommend it as a buy. But as of now, you have to really want one for a very specific reason, or have to have really good power to buy this thing. So that is kind of killing my buzz on it, because I really, really, really like it. I love mine, and I love it, and it makes me happy, and I'm gonna mine with it. For me, it makes sense, but I'm not the same situation as you guys. So that's it for this video. You can see this thing deployed here, and you're going to see it in almost any video because that's the first thing you see when you walk in my door. It's pumping out some pretty good heat. So again, you know, I'm going to use this as a heater in the winter, so I'm excited about that. But in terms of profitability, for me at 13 cents, it's barely profitable. And at the price that it is listed for on GOLDSHELL at about $750, it is going to be a tough buy for me to recommend, unfortunately, which is a shame because this is a premium feeling home box miner. It looks great. You can hear my fans ramp up in here as it's getting hot. And, you know, it just makes me happy to look at. So it stinks, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to recommend this as a no buy unless you have like 8 to 7 cents power. But I do think it will go down in price eventually, and I think if this thing hits around the $300-400 mark, I would definitely think that it would be worth buying for the heating aspect of it alone. So thanks again for watching this video. Huge thank you to GOLDSHELL for sending me this awesome looking miner. I will be forever grateful to them. They are a fantastic company to work with, and if you're interested in any of their products, I would definitely recommend buying from them direct as well. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe for more GPU, CPU, ASIC mining content. Again, great miner for me, but it's just too expensive to recommend now. So, thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Krootman, out.